so deep, memories creep, heart in pieces, no promises to keep, crying for help, no one around, falling to my knees, lost and unfound.
Hello everyone, and welcome back. It's been quite some time since my last episode, and before we begin, I want to thank you for staying subscribed and for your patience. Over the past months, I've been working quietly behind the scenes, reviewing early recordings, notes and impressions I documented when this case first began. Today I'm finally ready to share those early recordings about the disappearance of young Michael Joseph Vaughan, known lovingly as Monkey. Revisiting them after all this time has been eye-opening. What was said then, long before any clues surfaced, now carries a new weight in light of what we've learned. In this episode, we'll look back at those early insights and compare them with the developments that have emerged nearly 5 years later. On July 27th, 2021, around 7 p.m., 5-year-old Michael Vaughan vanished from his neighbourhood in Fruitland, Idaho. His disappearance sparked an immediate and extensive search effort, drawing in law enforcement, volunteers, and the wider community. For years, the case remained painfully open. No confirmed sightings, no physical evidence, and no clear direction. Michael's family continued to search, to hope, and to fight for answers. Nearly 5 years later, the case took a dramatic turn. And I must add that during most of my recordings, Michael always insisted that he had been very close to home at a house. Stacey Wondra, now 33, returned to court as the only individual formally charged in connection with Michael's death. His involvement came to light after a series of developments that began in 2022, when his then-wife, Stacey Wondra, was arrested and charged with failing to report the death of a child. Although Stacey was later released, largely because Michael's remains were never found, cadaver dogs had alerted to the scent of human remains during an extensive search of the Wondra property. According to police statements and court records, Stacey Wondra confessed that Michael had been taken to the Wondra home on the night he disappeared. He claimed that Michael was later transported to another location in Kuna and that he died sometime during that night. Investigators believe that Stacey Wondra, along with 2 roommates, Adrian Lucen and Brandon Shirtliff, were involved in bringing Michael to the home and restraining him. Court documents state that Michael was left overnight at a second location, where he tragically died from suffocation. Sarah is currently serving time in an Idaho prison on unrelated charges. She remains a suspect in Michael's disappearance, and prosecutors have indicated that charges could be refiled once her current sentence is complete. Despite his statements to police, Stacey Wondra maintains that he was merely an observer, yet he travelled with Michael to Kuna and admitted he knew the child had been buried in the backyard before being moved. To this day, Stacey has refused to disclose where Michael's remains may be located. He is scheduled to appear at the Piatt County Courthouse for arraignment on April the 15th. As I revisit my early recordings, made at a time when there were no suspects, no confessions, and no physical evidence, it's striking how many details now align with what investigators have uncovered. I'll share those early impressions and explore how they compare to the facts we now know. Sometimes looking back helps us to see the present more clearly. If you followed this case from the beginning, or if you're just joining us now, I'd love to hear your thoughts on revisiting those early recordings and analysing them through the lens of today's developments. Thank you for listening, and thank you for continuing to care about Michael and his family. Their fight for answers continues, and so does ours. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Spirit, was Little Monkey abducted from near his home on the 27th of July, or is this story a fabrication? Michael's physical body still in Fruitland, Idaho. Is he somewhere near his home? For validation purposes, Spirit, what was Michael's nickname? What did his parents used to call him? So there you have it, a brief reflection on what I've shared before. What continues to stand out most is Michael's deep love for his family. More than anything, he wouldn't want their grief to keep stretching on. What I feel most strongly is the hope that clarity, truth, and accountability will eventually bring this case to a close. Above all, I hope the Vaughan family is given the chance to have Michael come home again, where he belongs. My heart is with the Vaughan family. I'm holding on to hope that answers come soon and that you reunited with your beloved monkey. Thank you for listening, everybody.